Today we celebrate the Epiphany. Boys and girls, you got many gifts at Christmas, and today we see the reason why. It's because the wise men came to visit Jesus from many faraway nations, and they gave him gifts. And his gifts were very symbolic. Gold, because he is a king. Frankincense, because he is God. And myrrh, because he is man. Now, boys and girls, imagine living in a world of the three wise men. They're also called the three kings, the Magi. They lived in a world without electricity. They had no TV. They had no cell phone. They had no video game. So at nighttime, people in that period of time would go outside and look up at the stars. Maybe they would have a bonfire and they would tell stories as they would stay up in the evening time in a world that didn't have electricity. And these three wise men who used to study the stars and how they would move and the planets, how they would line up, all of a sudden noticed there's a special star in the sky. And it's moving towards Bethlehem. And they, being wise men, said, let's follow that star. And it led them to Jerusalem, as we heard in our gospel, and they met with King Herod. But he didn't know where the baby was. But he called some people together who said the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem. And so they journeyed on to Bethlehem, the three wise men. And as we heard in our gospel, they saw the baby Jesus lying in the manger with his mother Mary and with Saint Joseph, and they did him homage. I want to tell you a story that happened 50 years ago. That's older than your mother and father are. I was driving in a car with another priest in the city of Chicago on this day of Epiphany, and it was snowing, a really terrible snowstorm. We were listening to the radio, to a religious program, and we were listening to a preacher preaching about the Epiphany, the baby Jesus, and the three wise men. And the preacher became very excited as he was talking, as he was preaching. And he said, when the three wise men came in to see the baby Jesus, they brought him three gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The preacher made a mistake. He wanted to say frankincense, but he said Frankenstein. Boys and girls, do you think the baby Jesus would want to have the gift of Frankenstein? I don't think so either. That sounds really frightening. You received many gifts at Christmas time. Do you think some of those gifts you could give to the baby Jesus? Would he be able to use those gifts that you got? How about we think of some other kinds of gifts that we could give him? Boys and girls, you could give him the gift of obedience. That is, when mother and father ask you to help clean up your room, put the dishes away, take out the trash. If we say yes to what mother and father are asking us to do around the house, that's a gift for the baby Jesus. When we're in the classroom, if we obey our teacher and we study hard and we do our homework and we don't cheat on a test, that's a gift for the baby Jesus. When we go out to play sports, if we're honest and we let others have a turn to play instead of just ourselves, that's another gift we can give to the baby Jesus. If we tell the truth, if we treat people fairly, if we don't fight, if we try our best to be good, those are all gifts that we could give to the baby Jesus. And do you know what? I think he might like that even more than the gold, the frankincense, and the myrrh. I think he is really waiting for you to bring him a beautiful gift. A gift by saying yes to being good and no to being bad. Do you think you can do that, boys and girls? Do you think the baby Jesus would like to receive such a nice gift from you? I do. And may God bless you this day as you go and look at the manger scene with the baby Jesus, with his mother Mary, with Saint Joseph, with the shepherds who are kneeling in worship, and now with the arrival of the 3 wise men who bring him those beautiful gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.